Hello, good evening. Welcome to North West Tonight, Monday evening. I'm Roger Johnson. Thank you for joining us. Our top story. Prayers here for lasting peace. Communities come together as hostages and prisoners are released in the Middle East.
Very, very emotional. All of us are, as you can see. Waited a long time for this. It's been a long 2 years.
It's a community. We're all together.
A Liverpool doctor who has worked in Gaza tells us there is a determination there to rebuild it. Also tonight, Chris was killed by a falling branch. His family wants a new law forcing local councils to check the safety of trees.
I'm not going away until we get that. It's absolutely, with every bone of my body, something good has to come out of what happened to Chris.
Affordable homes for local people. Plans to build 250 high-quality houses in Windermere. What's it like to live in Walton? The creator of I Got News For You shines a light on the people in his childhood home.
The one thing that the people of Walton have got is resilience and persistence. And those two qualities, can get you through most things.
And for most of us today, it's been really cloudy. But if you were keen on seeing the sunshine, it was the Isle of Man, the way you needed to be. Will it be the same tomorrow? Join me at the end of the programme, and I'll let you know.
Several hundred people have gathered in Manchester this evening, not far from the synagogue which was attacked on Yom Kippur, to mark the release of the hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. Israel has also released Palestinian prisoners and detainees as the ceasefire in the 2 years long Gaza war receives widespread international welcome. Let's get more from Kelly Foran.
Holding on to one another and to the hope that today's development could bring peace.
2 years we've been waiting for this day. Just incredible.
It's just a day that we're just so grateful that's come. So it's lovely to be able to be here to celebrate on the streets as well.
Very, very emotional. All of us are, as you can see. Waited a long time for this. It's been a long 2 years.
It's a community. We're all together.
This morning, Israeli hostages were released as part of a ceasefire agreement. In exchange, Palestinian prisoners and detainees were also let go. Dr. Abdul Hamad is a surgeon in Liverpool who volunteered in Gaza, where he says 70 to 80% of healthcare facilities have been damaged.
Knowing the people of Gaza, how resilient they are, how resourceful they are, I think they will rebuild their city again. They will rebuild their hospitals again if we give them the chance. Just we need to help them.
We've been praying and longing for this day.
The Jewish community standing together, as they have done many times before. Today's gathering just days after a vigil calling for unity after 2 men died in the synagogue attack.
We've seen how conflict so far away has had a devastating impact here in Manchester. How do the Jewish community here in Manchester feel today?
So from our perspective, we're still coming to terms with that violence visiting us in the UK, and at the same time we're overjoyed that 20 hostages are being returned home, and we're also reflecting on the deaths of so many innocent Jewish people, and we mourn for the deaths of innocent Palestinians as well over the last 2 years.
So many emotions there.
Yeah, bittersweet is the way that I would describe it personally. It's been a cloud that's hovered above us for 2 years, and perhaps now we can finally have that cloud lifted.
This prayer service lasted 20 minutes. The rabbi said we cried together and danced together, and that's exactly what they did. Kelly Foran, BBC North West Tonight in Prestwich.
Well, next tonight, this is Chris Hall. Chris died 5 years ago in a freak accident. He was walking his dog at Wilmslow in Cheshire when a large tree branch fell on him. But his family's shock turned to anger when they found out that the local council, Cheshire East, knew that the rotting tree was dangerous but failed to properly investigate. The council was later fined £500,000. And this week, Parliament will debate a new safety law championed by Chris's family, as Matt Trewern reports.
1, 2, 3, go! Oh, well done!
He lit up a room. He was just the life and soul of every party. Incredibly kind, very, very funny.
I was very attached to my dad and we went travelling a lot. Yeah, I miss him so much.
So on the 28th of August 2020, Chris came into the park to walk our dog.
The Cars in Wilmslow is still a place Christopher Hall's family love to visit, despite what happened here.
He was simply walking past. He was over there. The tree just split in half, and it was 3 ton of tree that fell on him and killed him instantly. Cheshire East Council were aware of it many years prior, and a massive part of it had fallen. It's such an avoidable, senseless waste of life.
Christopher's family created this memorial from the tree that took his life. Less than a year before he died, another large limb had fallen from the same tree, but Cheshire East Council didn't check how dangerous it was. So the family are now campaigning for Chris's Law to enforce regular safety inspections.
It's absolutely imperative that we have legislation across the UK for tree maintenance and safety. That money that the council have been fined could easily have been used to have proper inspectors in place, and not just people who walk past and look at trees and say they're safe.
We don't want this to happen again. I just think councils in general over the countries and all over the world should be doing their job properly. We need to enjoy these parks and not think about, are one of these trees going to land on someone?
Since Christopher Hall was killed here 5 years ago, there have been many similar tragedies, which is why the family feels so strongly that things need to change. In the last few months alone, 4 people in the northwest have died after being hit by branches falling from trees. The campaign is being supported by the local MP and is going to be debated in Parliament.
Because we are seeing and hearing more frequently about this lack of maintenance, we're saying there needs to be an obligation that they inspect the trees and cut them down. And then we'll let the government decide how best that is done. Do they check them over a certain age? Do they zone them into certain areas where more people are walking, where children are playing?
Cheshire East Council says it's made a number of safety improvements since Christopher's death, but his family are still determined to see a change in the law.
I'm not going away until we get that. It's absolutely, with every bone of my body, something good has to come out of what happened to Chris.
Matt Trewern, BBC North West Tonight in Wilmslow.
Yeah, thanks to Chris's family for speaking to us, and of course we will continue to follow their campaign and let you know what develops. Now, the Home Secretary has confirmed that the government will change the laws around the right to protest in the wake of the Manchester synagogue attack. Police will be able to impose tougher conditions on static protests or marches by taking account of the cumulative impact of previous demonstrations. In the House of Commons, Shabana Mahmood also paid tribute to the victims of the attack.
I hope the whole House can be united in a simple message. To those who seek to divide us by pitting one against another, they will fail. No act of terror will ever defeat us.
People who are eligible for flu and COVID jabs are being urged to get them done after a surge in cases earlier than usual this autumn. Health officials in the North West say that there's been a rise in cases among young adults and those with underlying health conditions. There's also been an increase among hospital patients. Now, countless times over recent years, we have reported on the problems facing people in the Lake District who want to buy a home there. Like many tourist areas, many properties are bought as second homes or Airbnbs and the prices go up. Well, now there's a plan to develop land on the edge of Windermere for affordable housing. The Windermere Gateway project is a partnership between the National Trust, the National Park, the local council and a housing developer, as Phil Chapman reports.
Around a mile from the shores of Windermere, this patch of land near the town's train station is said to present a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to provide more affordable housing to keep people living and working in the area. The so-called Windermere Gateway vision is in its very early stages, but local drop-in sessions have begun to explain the plans and listen to local people.
I'm a farmer, and actually I am a tenant next door to this development, so I thought I'd come along and see what the proposals were and how that would impact on my business. If it makes more affordable housing for locals, that'll be really good too.
So it's going to incur more traffic down by my house, which already has a lot.
I think there's a lot of traffic congestion, which is the problem at the moment.
Parking is always the problem.
The things that are coming up today, clearly there's traffic, there's the affordable housing side of things, and that's obviously what we want to make sure is that we provide some great affordable homes that are much needed in this area.
It gives us probably a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to build a significant number of homes in the area, affordable homes, which we need. At the same time, I really recognise residents' concerns about the suitability of the site that it's at.
Well, this is a part of the area proposed for some 200 to 250 high-quality new homes, many of them said to be affordable housing. And it's not far from the train station, which is also earmarked for access and parking improvements. The National Trust is the owner of the Orist Head farm site, and as well as releasing at least half of the land for housing, its intention is to build a new centre for itself there, relocating the current site from Grasmere.
We're really clear that we want to work with the local authorities to make sure that this does provide the future space for the next generation, and that's part at the heart of that is local affordable housing, not second homes or anything like that.
What we really don't want to happen is that they end up being sold to people who are buying to invest, buying to rent, buying as holiday homes. We really want them to be lived in by locals.
There is a pressing need here for more housing. We've seen so many houses ending up as second homes or as holiday lets, and when I go around knocking on doors and talking to residents, they have real concerns about where are their children going to live.
Now the Windermere Gateway team says it'll be digesting the feedback from the drop-in sessions to help shape any future decisions from next year. Phil Chapman, BBC North West Tonight in Windermere.
And we'll let you know what happens as that develops as well. Now, here are some of the other stories that people are reading this evening from BBC News. And Lancaster University has joined other UK universities by expanding to India. That adds to its campuses in Germany, Asia and Africa already, as well as, of course, as in Lancashire. The Everton legend Dixie Dean, who scored a record 60 top-flight goals in one season, is posthumously being given the freedom of Wirral tonight, 45 years after he died. And you can read about the Manchester actor Max Parker as well. He's bringing 1990s gay military life to the screen in a new Netflix drama called Boots. You can find out more bbc.co.uk/local news, or as always, have a look on the BBC News app. Now, a new exhibition at the National Football Museum in Manchester has opened to celebrate the contributions and achievements of black people in English football. It's co-curated with members of the black heritage community, and it features contributions from those who have made an impact both on and off the pitch, as Jamie Mountain reports.
Kerry Davis was the first black woman to represent England, the first black lioness. A prolific goal scorer with club sides including Crewe and Liverpool, she also scored 43 goals in 90 caps for her country, holding the national record until 2012. Inducted into the National Football Museum's Hall of Fame 3 years ago, Kerry's now helped curate Black in the Game, an exhibition celebrating the black community's impact on the sport.
They've contributed a massive amount to not only football in Britain but worldwide. The journey we're on now, it's very, very positive.
Kerry plays an important part in the story too. She was the first black player to score for a senior England team 3 months before Luther Blissett did it for the men.
That just changed what I thought I knew about the game and what I thought who had made a contribution. So really I hope that's what happens in this exhibition, that people come away having what they thought they knew challenged and learning a bit more.
It's been far from an easy ride for black players though. Racism was rife and is still a problem today.
Footballers of African, Caribbean heritage had a lot of abuse, and I think now we're on, the upward curve, but there's still room for improvement. There was something at Liverpool just recently, Jess Carter on social media, Jessica Naz on social media. It's there for everyone to see, isn't it?
But it seems things are moving in the right direction.
The colour of your skin, it shouldn't play a part in everything they're doing in their everyday life. I'm not going to be ignorant to say that it's all gone, it doesn't exist. It still does exist, and there's still a lot of work to be done on it, but slowly and surely over the years it has been changing, has been adapting, but I don't feel it will ever be eradicated.
Black in the Game is open now at the National Football Museum and runs until the end of March. For those who helped create it, seeing it finished is its own reward.
Just seeing all the work that we've been putting in over the past 3 years and the amount of history that's been done, the amount of digging that's been done to get all the information for people to see where football was, how it's moved on and where it can possibly be going, you know, it's amazing.
Jamie Melton, BBC North West Tonight in Manchester.
Let's carry on with the sporting theme, shall we, and round up all the sport this evening. Ian is here. We talked a lot last week building up to what we were hoping was going to be a great night for Wigan Warriors at Old Trafford in the Super League Grand Final on Saturday night. You were there. Maybe you're a jinx. Didn't quite work out as planned.
I know. Well, I said to Annabelle on Friday, I'm going, so of course I'm going to win. I'll, you know, my aura.
You're positive, mental.
Yeah. I should stick to being negative. Suits me a lot better, actually. Yeah, the reigning champions were well beaten by Hull KR, who completed a trophy treble and stopped Wigan from winning their own treble of 3 Super League titles in a row. So a disappointing night for the Warriors in front of nearly 70,000 fans at Old Trafford, but you'd suspect there's a fair chance they'll be back there again in a year's time.
Champions of Super League! As grand final winners for the previous 2 seasons, Wigan Warriors know exactly what this moment feels like. But Saturday ended in disappointment despite pre-match optimism. All the way to Old Trafford, all the way.
Hull KR have already won on this season, so it's anyone's game.
Yay, Wigan!
Last year we won, so I hope that we win again.
How confident are you?
Amazing at confident.
It's going to be a tight game.
Stormtroopers are normally a bit more menacing sounding than you.
Times are changing up the Robins.
You're going to get your blaster out for it?
Yes. Yeah. She's a good luck charm.
Yeah.
Every time she comes, she wins.
I've been dragged to every single match and every single time they've won, so I've been dragged back again.
Right, well, if you lose today, then you're a curse and you'll never come again.
She's not coming again, definitely not.
Yeah.
And she won't be doing after Hull KR's 24-6 win. Warriors weren't at their best with uncharacteristic fumbles at crucial moments. Brad O'Neill's yellow card and sin bin then proved decisive as Hull KR made their advantage count. And though Harry Smith's try closed the gap, their opponents would continue to dominate as they became only the 5th team to win a Super League Grand Final. As a reporter, it's great when any North West sporting side you're following wins, especially in a big match. When they lose, though, it's not so good. Liam, you've won some, you've lost some in terms of grand finals. How does this one feel?
Yeah, devastating. Not nice being on the losing side, but give credit where credit's due. Hull KR have been great.
What now? Because Hull KR have shown this season they are the dominant force in Super League. How do you pull back ground on them next season?
Hope it's give everything something to go after next year, a bit between the teeth, and come back better and stronger and learn a lot from where we've gone wrong this year. The important thing is that we handle this the right way, we conduct ourselves with humility and as we would expect. Next year's grand final is a long time off. It's important that we let this hurt, go away, recharge, and then attack pre-season.
Treble winners, champions. What are the thoughts of everyone right now?
Do you know what? At the end of the day, Wigan will always be the best no matter what. Wigan till we die, mate.
Of the Warriors!
Well, I'm gutted. I don't like to lose, but what this bloke's done, Matty Pete, over the last couple of years, we're behind him and we're behind the club.
Make no mistake, Wigan Warriors will be back.
They will. Wigan's try-scorer Harry Smith, incidentally, is one of 10 North West players named today in a 24-man England squad for the upcoming Ashes Test series against Australia. Let's look at the EFL now. It's the international break in football, don't forget, and it was a weekend to forget for some of our sides, with just 2 winning. In League One, Joseph Alou scored a second-half header to give Stockport County the win over struggling Blackpool, while in League Two, Fleetwood twice came from behind to beat Harrogate, substitute Ryan Graydon getting the winner. There was North West derby action in the Women's Super League yesterday, with Manchester United spoiling Everton's first match at Hill Dickinson Stadium by winning 4-1. Jess Park scored twice for United, who remain unbeaten. Conversely, Liverpool remain without a point. They lost 2-1 to Manchester City at Anfield, setting a very much unwanted club record of 7 consecutive WSL defeats. Jordan Pickford here is a busy man at the moment, away on international duty with England and now apparently agreeing a new deal with Everton. He joined the club back in 2017 for a then British record transfer of £30 million. It's understood an official announcement will be made in the coming days. We've not mentioned this lad for a while, but Warrington's Luke Littler's won again, this time at the World Grand Prix, which he never won before. He beat his big rival, Crewe-based Luke Humphries 6-1 to win the title, which moves him ever closer to becoming world #1. He also earned £120,000 prize money for his troubles. And finally from me, big news from Salford City today. Supporters have voted in favour of the home shirt colour reverting to orange from next season. It's been red since the so-called class of '92 got involved in the club back in 2014. Rog, how about that?
I was just reading that they played in orange for about 40 years before that.
They did?
Lots of fans, well, 70-odd%, I think.
It's retro, and now it's back from next season, so should be interesting watching them. Another orange team to join Blackpool.
This is true. Ian, thank you very much. Ian, with all the sport for us tonight. Kay will be here with the weather in just a moment, and she's got a new place on the map, of course, being a Monday. But before that, you may or may not have heard of Jimmy Mulville. If you live in Liverpool, it's more likely. But you will know, wherever you live, probably, well, I'm sure you will, some of the TV shows he's made, like Have I Got News for You and Derry Girls. Well, Jimmy grew up at Walton in Liverpool, and when the Spello Library there was burnt down in the riots last summer, a huge community response helped to rebuild it. And Jimmy, being a TV maker, wanted that spirit to be seen far and wide, and not for his home area to be defined by the disorder. So he's made a documentary about life in Walton, and Anna Jameson went to the premiere.
People say about Walton, mostly people who don't live here, it's rough. And it didn't feel like that at all when I lived here.
It's a film to challenge preconceptions.
The one thing I know about people I grew up with, I spent 19 years of my life here, is they love proving people wrong. And this film proves people wrong. It proves them wrong.
Writer and producer Jimmy Mulville is the man behind it. An alumni at Alsop High School, he's gone on to create TV shows, including Have I Got News for You and Derry Girls.
This is where I first got the bug for being in the business I'm in now. You know, and school does that.
Walton's not dead rich area. It can show no matter where you're from, you can always grow into something that's absolutely amazing.
The one thing that the people of Walton have got is resilience and persistence. And those two qualities, can get you through most things. And if you haven't got those two qualities, don't care how educated or talented you are, if you don't have the ability to keep going, when the going gets tough, then you don't get anywhere.
And that resilience was shown after the Southport riots, when the library burnt to the ground.
I don't know why the library was targeted to this day, like the library of all places.
Writer PJ Smith also came to the school.
I just felt protective of it, I didn't want the rest of the country to think that it wasn't a safe place to be when I knew different. From feeling anger, but then feeling like something good has to come out of this. And the library's been rebuilt through the kindness of people, and this film has been made, and I hope lots of people get to see this film and see that that night did not really represent the people who've grown up here.
And the film was premiered to pupils and parents to ignite local pride.
I'm so proud of where I come from. I am like a working class girl through and through, lived all my life on the Walton Vale, and do you know what? The amount of creativity and community that we have here is amazing.
Future isn't somewhere else, it's here. Under the rain that turns to sun.
It's one of the still the one areas that community means everything, and people still rally round, come together, support each other, care about each other. So, and I think there's a lot of places we don't have that anymore.
What do you hope that a young person watching this film will take from it?
A sense of pride in their place. Because I think if you forget where you come from, you're rootless. And who wants to be that?
Of People and Place is available to watch online now. Anna Jameson, BBC North West Tonight in Walton.
Yeah, I think everyone should be proud of where they come from, he says, as a proud Stokey. However, a Potter, if you're not proud of it and you don't talk about it, you're liable to get yourself into trouble. I've always thought the only way to get your place on the weather map, Kay, is to flatter you, but it turns out you were born in Bramall, near Stockport.
Yeah.
and somebody gave you a telling off because you've never put Bramall on the weather
Why
map.
are you not putting Bramall on the map?
Well done, Sandra.
Sandra, I told you I would do it. From the wrong side of the village, but still Bramall through and through. So it is on the map, keep your beady eyes out. But flattery is always best, of course. Now then, weather-wise, this week, Groundhog Week. We've got high pressure above us, a lot of moisture in the air, and we're seeing a lot of cloud. So I loved this picture, by the way. It might be cloudy, but look at all the love. It's all you need. Thank you for sending that photograph in. Where we get any clear spots overnight, we wake up to scenes like this, Marco, don't we? Mist and fog. Thank you for sending those photos in. If you want to join me on socials, you can, of course. That's how, or become a BBC Weather Watcher. 10-year anniversary coming up, so you will see a lovely film on its way. Do join us. So tomorrow, eat, sleep, repeat. We're going to see some patchy mist and fog first thing, where we get those breaks in the cloud, and then we're going to see a mostly cloudy day. There will be some hints of brightness. Today, the best, of course, were on the Isle of Man. We saw some decent spells of sunshine. That's because we've got an easterly breeze, so west, especially further west, is best. High pressure firmly above us. So that does mean settled, benign weather with light winds, and that is why if we get any breaks in the cloud tonight with a light breeze, it will allow for some patches of mist and fog. An awful lot of cloud out and about. It's not going to be particularly a cold night. Temperatures will drop down to about 9 degrees, 48 in Fahrenheit. There you go, Sandra. Bramall firmly on the map. So tomorrow morning, where you've had the breaks, you are likely to see some mist and fog around. Thicker cloud could also produce a little bit of light rain and drizzle like it did this morning. Again, I think on the Isle of Man, you're going to see some bright spells, some sunny spells, and perhaps even coastal parts of Cumbria and Lancashire as well. Top temperatures around about 16 degrees as we head through the day. It's going to be cooler as we go through Wednesday and Thursday, only by about a degree or so. We're getting more of a northeasterly breeze coming in as high pressure shifts a little bit further north, but still settled. Look to the west, you can see these fronts. They're trying to come in, but they're not really going to get to us until we head through Sunday, so expecting to see rain on Sunday. Wednesday, another day of pretty much cloudy skies, perhaps a few glimmers of brightness as we head into the afternoon. Top temperatures 14 or 15 degrees, and like I said, rain expected on Sunday.
Sandra, not the only one who was angry. As Ian left the studio, he said,
Yep.
do you think anyone's going to email and complain that I said Blackpool play in orange?
Oh, do they not?
Playing Tangerine.
Ooh, yeah.
Dave has written in capital letters to say they play in Tangerine. Ian knows. Sorry, Dave. Have a nice evening. Thank you for watching.